Current FBI operations were mysteriously leaking from Vincent's desk. Active investigations were suddenly being compromised. Informants were disappearing before raids. The FBI realized someone with inside knowledge was sabotaging operations. Vincent was retired, but still had network access. Former colleagues trusted him. 30 years of institutional knowledge had become a weapon. Vincent Caruso was the most successful organized crime specialist in FBI history. For 30 years, he had hunted La Cosa Nostra, Russian mob, Colombian cartels, all of them. Legendary instructor at Quantico, master tactician in field operations, genius-level expertise in behavioral analysis. The Caruso method was taught at FBI Academy: criminal psychology profiling, surveillance countermeasures, informant management. But in 2023, everything changed. Vincent received forced retirement, internal politics, budget cuts, the excuse of new generation needs opportunity. 30 years of dedicated service, hundreds of arrests, major crime families dismantled, none of it mattered. Bitter exit, no proper farewell, no recognition ceremony, just surrendering his security badge and cleaning out his office. Vincent was devastated. The FBI was his life. His identity was completely intertwined with law enforcement. At the retirement party, colleagues said, "Keep in touch. There will be consulting opportunities," empty promises. Vincent felt isolated in his suburban house. Wife divorced years ago, job stress, kids distant, daddy issues, friends all FBI, now awkward. Depression set in. Days watching TV, nights drinking, weeks without human contact, money problems, FBI pension insufficient, private security jobs boring, consulting offers fake. Vincent realized the FBI had discarded him like a used asset. 6 months after retirement, Vincent received an unexpected visitor. Don Marco Torrino, Gambino family capo. Vincent had investigated him years ago, but never managed to arrest him. "Agent Caruso, sorry Vincent, I always respected you. Professional, fair, honorable enemy." "What do you want, Marco?" "Partnership, your knowledge, our resources, mutual benefit." Vincent was initially offended. "I spent my career fighting you." Marco smiled. "And you were very good at it. That's exactly why we need you." The offer was simple: teach FBI tactics, share counter-surveillance methods, $500,000 annual payment. Vincent rejected it. "I'm a law enforcement officer." "You were a law enforcement officer. Now you're unemployed, broke, a forgotten man." Marco left a business card. "Think about it. The FBI discarded you. We value you." Weeks passed. Financial pressure increased. Loneliness deepened. Resentment grew. Vincent analyzed the situation. The FBI had used him, then abandoned him. Loyalty was a one-way street. Second meeting with Marco. Terms negotiated. $50,000 monthly consulting. No direct criminal activity, just educational services. Vincent rationalized, teaching tactics to criminals isn't a crime. It's knowledge transfer. Gradual involvement. First, surveillance awareness training, then communication security. Finally, operational planning. Vincent discovered the truth. Criminals were eager to learn, respectful of expertise, generous with payment. Vincent was retired, but his FBI connections remained intact. Former colleagues still trusted him. "Hey Vincent, how's retirement?" "Boring. I miss the action." "We miss your expertise. Current cases are challenging." Casual conversations. Vincent listened carefully. Current investigations were mentioned, target names, operation code names, timeline details. Vincent rationalized, "I'm a retired agent. natural curiosity about ongoing work. Information was gradually shared with Marco's organization, educational purposes only. Results were immediate. Targeted families avoided surveillance, changed communication methods, relocated before raids. The FBI was confused. Operations were failing consistently. A leak was suspected, but the source was unknown. Vincent's inner circle trust was maintained. No suspicion was directed toward the retired legend. More sophisticated requests came from Marco. Specific investigation details needed for defensive purposes. Vincent's access deepened. Former colleagues sought advice, sharing classified information. Vincent, Operation Blue Thunder is stalling. Your analysis? I need current intelligence to assess properly. Here's the file. Confidential analysis only. Vincent studied active investigations, identified weaknesses, provided counter-strategies to criminal families. FBI success rate plummeted. Major operations were compromised. Years of investigative work wasted. Internal investigations started. Mole hunting within active agents. Vincent was safe. Retired status provided perfect cover. Suspicion focused on current personnel. Vincent's influence expanded. Multiple crime families requested consulting services. Professor Caruso, reputation spread. Criminal universities teaching FBI methods through Vincent. Advanced counterintelligence, legal system manipulation, witness intimidation tactics, all taught by the former FBI expert. Criminal sophistication increased dramatically. Law enforcement effectiveness decreased proportionally. Young FBI agents were frustrated. Cases are impossible to win. Criminals know every move. Vincent suppressed guilty feelings. The system betrayed me first. Fair exchange. Financial security was restored, respect regained, purpose rediscovered. But the dangerous game was escalating. Agent Sarah Mills, Vincent's former student, suspected a pattern. Cases are failing in a specific way, almost like someone is teaching criminals our methods. Sarah investigated quietly. Pattern analysis revealed failures correlated with cases Vincent had knowledge about. Impossible, Sarah thought. Vincent is a law enforcement legend. Deeper investigation. Vincent's financial records showed unexplained income. Surveillance detected meetings with known criminals. Sarah was heartbroken. Her mentor had become the enemy. The teacher had become a traitor. Confrontation was inevitable. Sarah visited Vincent. Casual conversation, careful probing. Vincent, current cases are really challenging. Criminals seem to know our tactics. Criminal evolution is natural. They adapt. But adaptation this sophisticated suggests inside knowledge. Vincent became defensive. Be careful with accusations, Sarah. I'm not accusing. I'm observing. Tension escalated. Sarah left with confirmation. Vincent was involved. Sarah briefed FBI leadership. Evidence was circumstantial, but the pattern was clear. Vincent Caruso is compromising operations. 30-year veteran has turned. Shock throughout the organization. The legend had become a liability. Surveillance was placed on Vincent. Evidence was gathered systematically. Wiretapped meetings, recorded consultations, documented payments. Vincent detected the surveillance. FBI training kicked in. He knew all the techniques. Confrontation was arranged. Vincent versus his former colleagues. Why Vincent? Why betray everything we stood for? Vincent's bitter response: I didn't betray. I was betrayed. 30 years of loyalty repaid with forced retirement. Criminal behavior isn't justified by personal grievance. Vincent was defiant. The system is corrupt. I simply changed sides. Arrest was avoided. Vincent fled. International criminal wanted. Marco's organization provided protection. Vincent was officially a crime family advisor. FBI reputation was damaged. Internal investigation revealed systematic failures. Vincent's impact: hundreds of cases compromised, criminals emboldened, law enforcement effectiveness reduced. Sarah took charge of the Vincent case. Student hunting teacher. International manhunt began. Vincent was using FBI training to evade capture. Game of cat and mouse. Expertise versus expertise. Vincent's legacy was complex. Brilliant agent become brilliant criminal. Institutional knowledge had become a weapon against the institution. Vincent Caruso's story shows that institutional loyalty requires mutual obligation. One-sided loyalty breeds resentment and eventual betrayal. Vincent chose revenge over redemption, bitterness over forgiveness. He used professional expertise to harm his former institution. Sarah represents institutional integrity, personal relationships subordinate to professional duty. Iron will in career transition. Channel expertise constructively, not destructively. Professional knowledge serves justice, not personal vendettas. A real law enforcement officer maintains ethical standards regardless of personal treatment. Vincent forgot. Expertise without ethics becomes a weapon of mass destruction. Iron will. True professionals serve justice. They don't subvert it.